So I was just setting up the capture device, PC, console and everything to record some PlayStation 4 footage, but I thought I'd throw some retro sort of into the mix, because you know it is a retro channel as well, and I've been hammering the Xbox One videos recently, seeing it as the PSN network, PlayStation network should I say, has been down. So yes, I'm looking at the Bandai Wonderswan, which I have here. It's a nice little looking console and it has some wrapping on here, so I'm going to take that off. I've never actually took this out of the wrapping yet. So yeah, I picked this up for Christmas recently. Cost me about 15 quid. I decided to not go for the colour one because this was cheaper and I'm going to get them both at some point anyway. So yes, here we have the Bandai Wonderswan. Kind of smaller than I was expecting it to be, if I'm being honest. So yeah, this thing was released in 1999, and that says 1998 on the back, if you can see that. Yep, and it is actually a 16-bit console, allegedly. So we've got some buttons here. I assume the idea is that you can play it that way or that way, which is kind of cool. I have my Game Boy Pocket here, not the original Game Boy, and it's a little bit smaller and not quite as chunky. Interesting how the battery kind of compartment sticks out there. So yeah, looks like we've got a speaker here, and we also have a couple of Digimon games because this thing was only released in Japan. There's also a colour version of it, like I say, but this is the black and white version. If you want a greater selection of games, then you're better off going for the colour version, because there doesn't seem to be that many games actually released for the black and white original Wonderswan. So games look kind of cool. Yeah, so let's put a battery in this thing and check it out. So how does this come off? Kind of weird. There we go. So you put the put the batteries in there. Kind of interesting way of doing it, and it takes just one battery. I'm using a rechargeable battery here, but apparently they were aiming for 30 hours of gameplay on just a single battery here, so that would be even better than the Game Boy, I'm guessing, which takes, well, too small AAA, I guess. So I'll let it off with that one. So yes, what happens when you turn it? Where do you turn it on? There we go. So we turn it on without a game in, and we can adjust the sound there. I don't know if you can see that. See there, look. I've got 3 different settings: off, 1 or 2. I assume that's how it works. And you've got a start button. I'm assuming that's some sort of like battery life in the corner there. So yes, let's turn this off and put a game in. And put this in because I think this is supposed to be the first one. And yes, I just picked these games up because I just wanted something to put in. So that doesn't appear to actually work. One of these games does have, well, looks like a little bit of corrosion to the cartridge, but it's not actually this one that has the corrosion, it's this one here. So we'll slot this in and see if this works. No. Well, the sound thing went away. What the hell, am I missing something here? They've got a link, didn't notice that, we've got some sort of link cable type thing on the side, so I'll give it a blow. See if that makes any difference. No. So, quick Google. How to start a Namco Bandai Wonderswan game. Not Windows, Wonderswan. So, yes, maybe the battery, we'll try it with a different battery, see if that works. Clutching at straws here. Nope. So once again, something that doesn't goddamn work. Goddamn retro shit. It can be infuriating sometimes. Yes, so there you have it. That's a look at the actual physicality of a Namco Bandai Wonderswan, because either the console is non-functioning, or I am missing something, or the actual games don't work, but I have no other games to try in it. So but yeah, it looks like a nice little unit. I do like the colour, and it is nice and compact. Just a shame that I can't get it working at the minute, but I shall add to this video if I do actually get it working. You goddamn bastards. Alright. So I have made a little bit of progress with the Wonderswan. I have actually got a Bandai logo, so it could just be the games, although I mean this one, if I take it out and put it back in, oh, it's actually doing it now. Oh, it's loaded. Yay! Look at that. A game that I can't play because it's all in Japanese, as I would have expected. Press start. So yeah, it's Digimon. It's kind of like Pokemon, I guess. I assume what it is anyway. We have a contrast button here, just like you would have on a Game Boy. Blah blah blah, it's all in Japanese. And we can mess around with them sound settings there. Blah blah blah. Skipping through it all. So it does look, you know, a lot more detailed than the Game Boy. You can definitely tell that it's a 16-bit system. Can't tell what the hell is going on because it's all in Japanese though, so yeah. Unless you can speak Japanese, don't pick up Digimon games for the system. So yeah, you got your contrast there. What I do think is interesting is it's kind of cool because the bottom of the screen, that's kind of independent, so you've always got your kind of high contrast for your little options there. And you see some Digimons, yeah. Sound is nothing amazing, but at the same time it's not too offensive. And there's a lot of talking and shit in the game. Not sure whether you can save on to these kind of cartridges. I'd have to look into that. So it looks like we're going to get into some sort of battle here. Yeah, no idea what's going on there. And the game is completely cut off. So we'll just try this other cartridge now. See if I can get that to work. No. So I think we have ascertained that it is these games, not the system. I think the games did come from Hong Kong, so they are Chinese. So I'll just give this one a bit more of a clean. So they're probably actually fake, or well, they're probably like 10-year-old fakes. You know what the Chinese are like. So that one's still not loading. Does this one load every time now? Yeah, so the system does work. Unfortunately, these games seem to be a bit dodgy. Either that or it is the cartridge slot. But overall, it feels like a nice little system, and it's loaded again. Nice little one to collect if you're into your handhelds, and kind of a interesting Japanese alternative to the Game Boy, which is also Japanese, but you know what I mean. It was only released in Japan, unlike the Game Boy, which was a huge hit all around the world.